Problems rarely show up in red. Sometimes, they smile like an old friend. That was exactly how it was for Stephanie Daniel. Stephanie had a good life. She was beautiful. The kind of beauty that made strangers pause. Light-skinned, sharp-cheeked. With a British accent that made her sound expensive in Nigeria. She had it all. A great job. A calm, hard-working husband. A peaceful home. She moved like someone who had life under control. Her beauty, her marriage, and her secrets. Until one mistake. One moment. Changed everything. Stephanie was married to Anthony Daniel. A respected data engineer. He was loving. Generous. But always traveling. Her life stayed steady. Until Jimi, her university sweetheart, returned to Lagos. They reconnected at a party. One smile. And the past slipped quietly back in. They said goodbye that night. But goodbye didn't mean it was over. Because old flames don't die. They wait. For the right wind. To burn again. Tony was always away. Or tired. Their conversations were always routine or mechanical. How are the kids? Have you eaten? Good night. No spark. No laughter. Just check-ins, like colleagues sharing a house. Tony meant well. But he was always working. Always traveling. He gave her comfort, but not connection. Security, but not presence. But Jimi? He laughed at all her jokes. Remembered every silly thing she once said. And when he looked at her, she didn't feel like a wife. Or a mother. She felt like herself again. It wasn't about money. Tony gave her everything. Except attention. Jimi gave her what she didn't even know she missed. Undivided attention. Slowly, they became each other's secret diary. Each other's escape. One rainy evening, Tony was away. The kids were watching TV. Stephanie called. I'm alone again, Jimi. I'm not happy. Sing for me. Like you used to in school. Jimi could sing. And play the guitar. He paused. Then, in that Kenny Rogers-style voice, he began the song they always loved. When you feel lonely, and you're losing your mind, I'll be the rock where your heart can rest. No crowns, no thrones, just you and me. In a memory we never meant to keep. Close like this. Feels like peace I didn't know I missed. Say the word, I'll hold the night. Even if it's just for a moment. He paused. Stared at the phone. Say the word, he whispered. And Stephanie? She closed her eyes. Felt the ache rise in her chest. And softly said, love. That one word. That one moment. Drew them closer. Then, Jimi started the song they both adored. You Can't Make Old Friends. By Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. A song only old friends can sing. The kind that says, we've known each other too long to pretend. And something deeper happened. 1 week later, Stephanie was on vacation. Tony had traveled for 4 days. She dropped the kids at school. The house was quiet. She called Jimi. Come over. Just for a few hours. That morning, they sat at the dining table. Laughing. Drinking. Talking about the past. Until. Knock. 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 The front door. Tony. His meeting got cancelled. He took the first flight home. Stephanie froze. Jimi panicked. There was no back door. No window. No time. Only one option. A tall, narrow cupboard in the visitor's room. Quick! Get in, she whispered. She shoved him inside. Shut the door. Then, smiled. Wiped her face. And walked calmly to the living room. Tony didn't suspect a thing. He was tired. They Saturday. Chatted. Watched TV. Stephanie even served him jollof rice. But inside, her heart was pounding. Waiting for one moment. To check on Jimi. 3 hours passed. 3 long, suffocating hours. Finally, Tony went into the bathroom. Stephanie rushed to the room. Opened the cupboard. And screamed. Jimi wasn't breathing. His eyes were open. But his chest, still. She shook him. Jimi! Jimi! But it was too late. Then, she saw it. His inhaler. Sitting on the writing desk. The same desk where they laughed. Just before Tony came home. In all the panic, she forgot he had asthma. And now, he was gone. She couldn't scream. She couldn't cry. Tony was upstairs. And she had to pick the children soon. So now the question is, what should Stephanie do? If you were in her shoes, what would you do? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your response in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.